And we're live. We're live. We're live. What's up, my boy? What's good?
What's
What's
good
good, my
with it?
boy?
We back
And I can't count it, man. Back with another one, man. The world, hey, life be life.
every
It's
day.
tragic day though. It's tragic though. It's tragic though. I ain't even gonna lie right here. This right here, like I be reading them CIA spy books and thinking like, man, it's just the deep state what the right wingers say that this deep state material, black op material, cyber trucks blowing up like. Come on, man. I'm like, man, come on, man. This can't be no coincidence. We start off 2025 like this. Like, what's your thoughts? How you been following this coverage right here?
A little bit. I mean, I don't know too much about it. I just saw that. I know it didn't just. It wasn't no coincidence that it just blew up, and then he had say he had all kind of other explosives, mortar in the car and all kind of stuff.
Yeah, they say these the New Orleans and him they rented from the same app, the renting app, same rental car app. Like I like that's kind of coincidental. Two
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote. That was terrorists. If you want to ask me, I don't know if they want to try to ban me. That's some terrorist type of shit that you try to pull off. So they rented from the same app. I don't even know the app company name. I don't want to know because you should be able to rent a rental car, but not do nothing like that. You know how
Right.
much hassle I get trying to rent a car? You gotta have major credit card and all this, man. Like what? He got a cyber truck. Like you spent some money for that cyber truck to rent that truck, dude.
All right. You could have got
Like,
a damn
damn, man.
minivan.
Yeah, but the good thing about it, they say the Cybertruck was so indestructible. That what makes you think now the Cybertruck it's finna blow up. They finna, you know what I mean? Because that really contained the blast. If it would have been a
Right.
regular car, the blast would have been more dramatic. So that's a good thing, man. But shit. Let's hear what they got to say right here. Let me see. Let's see what they got to say down here. I think it's in Las Vegas. Yeah.
The ATF, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, and these folks worked through the night and found a lot of stuff that is very useful for this investigation. As you look at this cyber truck here, we had to transport this down to our fleet services so that we could really get through this thing. And I remind you that the subject inside wasn't able to be removed for a very long period of time because he was burnt beyond recognition. And so as we continue to move through this, I'm going to talk a little bit about his identity and what we believe, but I would like to highlight a couple of things that the teams found inside of the Cybertruck that are useful to the investigation. And that first and foremost is a military identification. We also found a
This is a white man.
passport. We found a Desert Eagle 50 caliber semi-automatic pistol.
Damn.
And if you'll notice on a lot of these guns that we're going to talk about here, they're almost just burnt beyond recognition as well. There's a SLR model B30 semi-automatic firearm, number of fireworks that were still in the vehicle that had to be removed. Notably, we found an iPhone and a smartwatch.
Hold up now. Now look at all that, bro. What was he playing? I think the car might have blew up too early because it looked like he wanted to go to war. Look at all that. Oh, he wanted to all that to use as projectiles, right?
Yeah. He
This,
probably had like shrapnel or something in the fireworks or something.
yeah, like he so all these bullets and fireworks is gonna be shrapnel, but the Cybertruck must have contained most of it. Thank God.
Yeah.
I think he the only one died, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to misquote, but I'm watching with y'all live. You know what I'm saying, I know it been happening, but I wanted to watch live with the fans, so you know what I'm saying. Let's continue. You know.
And then several credit cards were also in the name of our subject. Our subject is 37-year-old Matthew Livelsberger. He's of Colorado Springs, Colorado, born July 22nd of 1987. Now, as you'll see here on a picture of his driver's license, let's see, the question really still remains for me, and I know that there's a lot of you folks in the media that are identifying this person as the person in our vehicle. As I mentioned to you already, His body is burnt beyond recognition.
You don't even know
I
if
do
that's
still
him.
not have confirmation 100% that that is the individual that was inside of our vehicle. And so as I'm calling it now, the subject or person of interest, I will not come back until I have the confirmation through DNA or medical records that this is indeed, in fact, the subject inside of the vehicle. Now, further complicating this identification of this individual, we also discovered through the coroner's office that the individual had sustained a gunshot wound to the head prior to the detonation of the vehicle. One of the handguns was found at his feet inside of the vehicle.
Now, that's kind of curious right there, right? Like it should be some camera. Like if somebody got out the vehicle, you know what I'm saying, or did the Cybertruck drive? Do they drive themselves?
Yeah, it's a Tesla, so yeah, it's a Tesla, so it definitely probably got that autopilot in there.
Yeah, it could have drove a Cadabra. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he left his ID in there.
Yeah, like did the teeth burn up? Like, but you never know. I don't know, man. Let's keep going.
Obviously, in how we're trying to identify him, and I'm feeling comfortable to give you this information, is a tremendous amount of substantial evidence to include he rented the Turo vehicle. There are 2 tattoos, one of which was on the stomach and one of which is on the arm, that we can see bits and pieces of it as in comparison to what it is that we now know he had on his body. That has given us a lot of confidence that this is, in fact, the same person, as well as which the clearly obvious, which is the credit cards, the military identification, the passport. And then furthermore, as you'll see here in just a very short period of time, we tracked his movements from Colorado to Las Vegas. And in a number of the photographs that we were able to determine, he was the individual that was driving the vehicle. And also, I'd like to iterate this point to you. We still have only ever seen him in this vehicle, and we're not aware of any other subjects involved in this particular case.
Okay.
HoneyBook completely changed how I do business.
Yes.
I will say something real quick. I would like to
acknowledge a couple of things because I know.
You know now the guy from Louisiana, from New Orleans, the New Orleans bomb. You know he was in the military too.
Yeah.
He was in the military. Yeah, he was in the military for 10 years.
Yeah.
So he had military ties too.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah. The world know the military vets ain't treated right. You know what I mean? The world know that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't no secret. But yeah.
Go ahead, keep it rolling.
Know what's going on in the social media world, and there are a number of things in this case that are similar to the attack in New Orleans. We do know that our subject here served in the military. In fact, he's a current member of the military. Both of the subjects served at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. What we do know about that is it's a very large military base, and we have no record that they served in the same unit or even at the same years at Fort Bragg, something that continues to remain under investigation. I also know that they both served in Afghanistan in 2009. We don't have any evidence that they were in the same province in Afghanistan.
I mean, that's a lot of coincidence. Then look at all this right here, bro. What is that? Gasoline can. Look like some fireworks. Bro, ain't no coincidence. They both were in Afghanistan. They both was at Fort Bragg. Maybe. What if we got this type of ISIS? What if ISIS infiltrated the military? What would it sound like? If they said the dude.
Well, see, the guy from Louisiana, from New Orleans. Now he supposedly had turned. If, like I said, I don't want to misquote, but I believe he had turned Muslim. He had become Muslim, so he definitely, not to say he had ties with any terrorist group, but he definitely was Muslim. And so, like you say, it's too many things to be just a simple coincidence. And the first thing I saw yesterday was, the FBI was swearing that the two cases weren't related, but it's too many coincidences.
Yeah, it's too many coincidences.
But that's the narrative they're gonna. Yeah, that's that. That's the narrative they're gonna try to paint anyway.
But the thing that
it ain't that they ain't tied together.
If I'm listening to it, I'm taking it in. I'm like, the military is the connection. You feel what I'm saying? Like, every time they mention this of Afghanistan, Fort Bragg, man, it's like being on college campuses. You know what I'm saying? The military bases, basically, if you think about it, I'm pretty sure they ran across each other. Probably had, I don't know. Well, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to be the mind of a murderer, but I'm pretty sure they probably know each other. It sounds like. I don't know. That's just my thoughts, my opinion, America.
Same location or the same unit. Again, something else that remains under investigation. And we also know, of course, that they both used the rental company Turo to rent their vehicles.
Turo, yeah.
As far as his military background, it's been confirmed by DOD that he was indeed in the United States Army. He was also a Green Beret operations sergeant who spent most of his time at Fort Carson, Colorado, and in Germany. He was on approved leave from Germany, where he was serving with the 10th Special Forces Group. He was also previously in the National Guard and the Army Reserve. I'd like to point out to you that through exceptional joint investigative effort, we've gotten to a place where we believe we can show you his route to Las Vegas from Colorado, and Carlos will put up the map there for you. And we know that he rented the Cybertruck in Denver on December 28th. We tracked his movements through the Tesla charging stations to Monument, Colorado on December 30th. On the 31st of December, the truck was charged in Trinidad, Colorado, Las Vegas, New Mexico, and Albuquerque and Gallup, New Mexico.
So all these trucks got to be charged. They're not gas powered?
Yeah, they just like the Teslas, bro. They like 100% battery.
Oh yeah, I don't know if I want that. Okay, my bad.
But I'm just looking at, like you said, bro, if it would have been any other car, how the explosion would have, done more damage. I'm looking at everything on the inside of the car was charred, but you can see the whole outside of the car.
Outside impact, yeah. The doors ain't blow off or nothing.
The outside, the doors, yeah, the side panels, ain't nothing wrong with them. That's like, crazy.
Yeah, man, Elon, they're like, man, like Elon, he bragging about this stuff. He like, yeah, look at my truck. I told you it's indestructible. It looked like it. I ain't saying he got nothing
it
to do
looked
with
like it, bro. Good.
I ain't gonna let it. I don't know, bro. I ain't saying you got nothing to do with it, Elon. I'm saying, man, I guess the Cybertruck, I would like to have one, but, Hey, if you in the street, hey, get you a Cybertruck. Let's continue.
On January 1st, the truck was charged in Holbrook, Flagstaff, and Kingman, Arizona. We last tracked the truck in Kingman at 05:33 yesterday morning. The truck was first spotted in Las Vegas at 7:29 a.m. yesterday. And Carlos will pull up a picture of the truck pulling onto Fashion Show Drive here.
Yeah.
And that picture was observed at about 7:34 a.m. We know that he pulled into the Trump Valet. I believe we have a video of that. You can see the Cybertruck highlighted there.
That don't mean he in there though. I
So
do see
through
somebody
extensive
look like
surveillance video, we were able to track him leaving there, and we know that he went to several different places along Las Vegas Boulevard, and he spent some time in a parking lot of a business near Flamingo and Las Vegas Boulevard. And we didn't have a video of the truck pulling back onto Las Vegas Boulevard from the Sands. See that there? That's north on the boulevard from Sands at 8:39, where he then immediately heads to the Trump Hotel, pulls into the valet area, and as of course you all know, the explosion occurs within 17 seconds of his arrival at the valet. There's some additional investigative updates that are going to be provided to you by a couple of the other speakers here. The first of which will be our special agent in charge of the FBI local office, Spencer Evans. Spencer.
Yeah. Oh look. My bad. Look at that. Out here. The damn ads.
Good morning. My name is Spencer Evans. I'm the special agent in charge of the FBI's Las Vegas division. As the sheriff mentioned, we've been working through the night with our partners, the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department and other agencies, to gather all the facts and determine a motive to what was initially reported to the FBI as a bombing incident, to which our special agent bomb
I'm gonna have to get out of here, man. I gotta catch this call, man.
Obviously, we're always concerned
Okay,
in
man,
these
go
sorts
ahead, man.
of
Handle your business,
events
man.
to
Stepping in.
ascertain what the motive is. We understand that's everybody's at the forefront of everyone's thoughts. And so looking into exactly what the motivation is remains our number one priority. This is why the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force has been brought into play. The Joint Terrorism Task Force, most important part of that acronym is joint. It is done in concert with our partners, which are comprised of more than a dozen investigative agencies here throughout the state of Nevada. We've been working hand in glove, side by side, tirelessly to determine, is there any ongoing threat to the public, to identify the subject, to determine any potential connection to other events going on in the world, most notably in New Orleans, and then obviously to determine if there's anything else that we need to be tracking down. At this time, as the sheriff's pointed out, we feel that the subject has been identified, although not conclusively, waiting for DNA evidence on that front. However, we do feel like we have the subject identified, and at this time, there is no information about additional subjects that the FBI is tracking on. Our resources, as I mentioned, that have been deployed in support of this event include Special Agent Bomb Techs, our evidence response team, which is processing crime scenes, side by side with the forensics folks from Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department, our investigators, our intelligence analysts, and then outside of the FBI Las Vegas field office, we have investigative leads that are being conducted by FBI field offices, both internationally and domestically as well. As always, when the FBI is involved with any sort of case like this, we ask for help for the public. Anyone with information related to this incident, we encourage you to please call 1-800-CALL-FBI, or you can submit a tip online at tips.fbi.gov. We've already received thousands of tips related to this incident. The challenge that we face moving forward is to separate those that are pertinent and relevant and those that can be verified for those from those that have not. For example, one of the tips that we received just today relates to information alluding to this subject's personal experiences related to his time and activity in the military. Again, that's unverified and uncorroborated, but one of many tips and leads that we will be following up in the days that come.
Hey, man.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
That's crazy right there.
All right, $118.
Yeah, that's crazy right there, though. Yeah, man. But what y'all think about that right now? Yeah, hold on. Hey, my bad. Yeah, man. But what y'all think about that shit right there, man? Man, you think is this crazy radicals? What y'all think? It's crazy radicals, or this a group? It got to be more somebody else involved in it. You know what I'm saying? It takes some money. I know he didn't use his military money to go back with this Cybertruck. I don't know how much soldiers get these days, but you know what I'm saying? I don't see too many riding around the Cybertrucks. There's a lot going on in the world, man. Right, folks, is this they trying to mess up Trump's White House before he even get in there, or what? They already tried to kill him. Like, dang, he ain't even. Then Joe Biden and Kamala, dang, what are y'all doing? Y'all just, I ain't heard nothing from the president. But these big cities, like the Super Bowl coming to New Orleans too, so they're gonna have to tighten up on the security down there, man. Protect from these radical people like that. You know what I'm saying? They spend so much time talking about felons and stuff like that, but this pretty sure to do wasn't a felon. So they need to start more talking about that more, because they try to keep hands out of guns. Felony keep hands out of guns of people like this. He had guns, bombs, and whatever in that damn car. You know what I'm saying? So let's not just focus on the ex-felons. That's who out here really trying to make a difference in society. You got people like his military training. They training killers. Look like they need to start getting them psychologically evaluated before they let them in the military, getting that type of training, how to build bombs and stuff like that. I don't know how to make no bomb. I don't got that type of training. But with that type of knowledge, you need to be psychologically evaluated every other year, even after they release from the military. That's why the VA hospitals, they need to do better. This is a prime example right here. This is my 2 cents. Yeah, back with another one. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, and share. We're gonna be back again, baby. Neutron the Don, so Feel Me podcast. We out of here. All right.